third group session. Okay, so actually last weekend, I revamped the entire system. There's 3 45-minute group sessions. If you haven't had the new ones, you're welcome to join and come back and join the 3 groups anytime you want. The first one is really the foundational, simple stuff. The social media one, if you haven't done the new one, I think most of you have. Highly recommend you come back in the next few weeks and do that. New Improved, we talk about reels and newsletters and all the new stuff that we're doing. This one in particular is seems to be most people's favorite. It's the appointment setting one. And so the purpose of today, we're going to go for, what have we got? 40 minutes? We've got about, just under 40 minutes. So the purpose of today is an appointment setting strategy session. And what we're going to talk about is, first of all, set some targets and goals and talk about the focus and psychology of appointment setting to position your VA in the best way to get your target of appointments. And we'll talk about that. And then we're going to talk about the 3 different ways to book appointments. There's only really 3 ways you can book appointments. 1 is through email marketing. We'll cover that. 2 is through DM marketing, which is probably the most popular, and we'll talk about the 2 different scripts for that. And then the 3rd way is phone calls, which is my favorite, and we're going to talk about that as well. By the end of today, you'll all have a lot more clarity on how to get more appointments. We kind of like to think that we can just hire a VA and appointment setter, wave our magic wand, and they book appointments. But at the end of the day, we still need to position them in a way to be able to book the target or what we expect for appointments. Noemi will tell you that my personal appointment setters hit their target every week without fail when they do their full hours every week. I've been doing this for 12 years, 10 years full time. Appointment setting and lead gen is something we book over 300 sales calls a month in our business, generate 300 to 500 leads a week organically, and we're about to start ads. But I still don't consider myself an expert, and I'm definitely not here to tell you guys what to do or coach you. Some of you might want that, but that's not what I'm here to do. I'm simply going to share with you what we do, what works for us, and you can take what you will from it. If you do want to build a real business, though, it is important to be objective. What we tend to do, especially solopreneurs or smaller business owners, we project our own psychology or belief systems. Well, I like Facebook and it's familiar, but I don't like LinkedIn, so I'm not going to use it. Or I like having a website, but I don't like funnels. Or we pick and choose. Or, I don't like sending emails, so I'm not going to do that, but I'll do this. I'm not comfortable with phone calls. So the key is to be objective and kind of get out of our own way and allow the VA and appointment setter to book the amount of appointments you want. So I will say this, if your VA or appointment setter is not yet booking the target that you expect or want, I guarantee there's going to be stuff that I'm about to share with you that is not being done. And if you implement it over the next month or 2, you will always hit your target. I have never in the last decade seen somebody use the entire system and not hit their target. It just doesn't happen. It's virtually impossible because, we do cover all the bases as well. So, and again, your VA or appointment setter will do most of it for you. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to dive in. Noemi and Kathleen, I've invited them here because this is, I think it's only the second time I'm doing this new session like this. So you've got the brand new session, guys. New and improved. I even have a slideshow. I never had a slideshow for this one before, Noemi and Kathleen. So thank you for joining us on a Saturday. Kathleen, you're both on salary anyway. I was going to say put it on your invoice, but you guys make too much money already. If you need a loan, hook Noemi up. She's got you. Noemi and Kathleen, thank you for all you do. And also to you VAs, really appreciate you and love you. Thank you for all you do as well. Redora. Here comes Julianne. She'll be able to hear us in a moment. Julianne. Magandangamaga. Thank you for joining us.
I'm late.
That's okay. That's 50 push-ups. Actually, what we do now is we got rid of the push-ups. It's now 60 seconds of expressive dance. You ready? Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Yeah. And 2 amazing clients, Christine, Gabriella, Lucioni, Matt. Thank you for treating the VAs with love and respect and kindness. I think that's really important. We are on a mission to provide work for Filipinos, and we appreciate you providing work for them as well. And again, no one's being paid to be here. No one's, actually, some of the VAs are, but the clients are. So I really appreciate and value everyone's time. If you feel today is wasted time, I apologize in advance. I'm definitely not here to waste your time. I'm here to serve you. I'm purely here to serve you and to give and empower you, because my goal is I want you and your VA to succeed. So you have a VA for years to come. You're living a life like Gabriella. You have 17 kids like Lucioni. You have the goals of Matt. We need team. We need help. We need leverage so we can create the lifestyle that we dream of. And to do that, we want to find the right VA or VAs that are with us for months or years to come. like Noemi. Noemi's been with me for 4 years. Noemi is my unicorn. I would be lost. Noemi broke her arm for a week. She broke her arm on a motorbike accident last year. Had a week off. I was lost. I was like, what's going on? 1 week. I would be lost without Noemi. Thank you, Noemi. So anyway, that's enough of that. Let's dive in and start. I'm going to share my screen and we shall begin. Everyone, yes, I've given everyone the ability to record. And again, I appreciate your time. I'm not here to tell you guys what to do or coach you. I just want to serve you. And I really hope that, we move forward with an open mind and, you take some of this content and apply it. Again, if you want more appointments from the VA, this stuff will definitely help you do that. So somebody just jump in. Okay, cool. All right, you should see appointment setting strategy session on the screen. Yes, I believe you should be able to see that now. Awesome. Okay, so before we talk about the 3 different ways to book appointments, I think it's really clear to set a clear target. And since I've been doing this for a long time, this is kind of my personal expectation and what I've found. I've had nearly 200 VAs work for me directly in the last decade. And this is kind of what I find. So in the first 30 days for an appointment setter, I expect a minimum of 5 quality appointments within the 30 days. But you've heard me say it. Some of the things I say, I'm going to keep saying every time you hear me speak because I think they're important. I'm patient with results, but impatient with activity, and appointments is one of them. Little Kim, one of our top DM appointment setters, first 3 weeks with me, didn't book a single appointment. Week 4, booked 4 appointments. Week 9, booked 18. Now booked 15 to 20 every week religiously as a DM setter and top quality. We get a couple of, last week we got 2 clients. Did we get another 2 this week? We get an average of 2 clients every week from her appointments. Imagine the return on investment of that over 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. Because I was patient the first 30 days, I trained her and I supported her and we got her to a certain point. Now I couldn't imagine her not being in our team, in our business. So here's some expectations. If my VA is working 20 hours, the first month I want 5. The second month I'm looking for at least 10 in that 20 hours. Again, the purpose of the 30-day probation is not to go, let's give it a go and see if it works. Whenever I'm about to hire 2 more VAs, 2 more phone call setters next week. I'll put them both on for 20 hours and I'll play them off against each other. Whoever's the best, I'll let one go, the other one will go to 40 hours. That's what I do. But whenever I do the 30-day probation with a VA, I hire a VA, 30-day probation. I'm going to do 1 or 2 things at the end of 30 days. 1, I'm going to let them go and get another VA to fill that job because I'm going to keep going whether it takes me 2, 3, 4, 5 goes to find someone to fill that spot that I need in my business. Or I'm going to increase their hours. So after your 30 days, if you're happy with your VA, the goal obviously is to increase their hours, right? So once they've done that first month, if I'm happy, I'll put them to 30 hours. I'm expecting 10 to 15 of them. Okay. Once I'm super happy with my VA and I'm like, yep, this person's going to be with me for months or years to come, like Kim and Chara and these guys are with me now, really it's 15 to 20 appointments. So our full-time DM setters are booking an average of 15 appointments minimum in 40 hours, and our phone call setters are booking a minimum of 25. So phone calls get faster, more, and better quality, which we'll talk about shortly. So it's not rocket science, it's a numbers game. The numbers game with appointment setting is if you want more appointments, then increase VA's hours. If you want more than 20 appointments per week in your business, you want to have at least 2 appointment setters, maybe 1 DM and 1 phone call, as an example. They're the numbers. That's like getting out of our own way. A lot of us tend to, I've got 90 people on payroll, 200 and something people in the team. A lot of us build our team based on 2 things. 1, can I afford to hire someone? Or 2, am I psychologically ready? I think you always want to be hiring or building something. You want closers, you want coaches, you want experts, you want VAs, you want appointments, you want people in team. I mean, if you want to sell more, you can get a closer on commission only. It doesn't cost you anything. I think everyone should have closers now. And I don't promote closers. I don't have closers, so I'm not selling you anything here. I just think you want to have a coach. You want to have a coach or 2, a salesperson or 2, and a VA or 2 as quickly as possible in business, even if you don't have big goals, because then you've got leverage. If you get ill, or if you want to go away, or if you're traveling like Gabriella, you've got that leverage there. That's my opinion. But that's the numbers. That's my suggestion to build to. So first thing I would suggest is, how many appointments do you want in your business? So I'm just curious, all of your clients, how many appointments per week can you handle in your business right now? Just post in the chat for me. I'm just curious. How many appointments can you handle in your business right now per week? 10, 20, 31. What's the number? Matt says 15 to 25. I love it when men do this. You know, when men use hyphens, 15 to 25, it's the big dirty C word. No, not that naughty one. It's called commitment. To avoid commitment, we use a hyphen. It's 25. What was it? It's 15 to 25. But I put a little hyphen in there. Oh, I don't have to commit. It's not a finite number. What's the actual number, Matt? Depends on the week. Okay, what's the maximum you could, on a low week, handle? 15, 20? 25. There we go. Hey, oh, there's the commitment. Hey, look out. See, men can commit. Christine, 30. So Christine, if you want 30, you're probably going to want ideally 2 setters, one full-time and one part-time. As an example, based on my experience of a decade. I'm showing you 30-ish. Again, you're going to want to build to 2. Now, I'm not saying increase your VA's hours now. I'm not saying get a second VA. The whole idea is to work with a VA until they bring in some clients and you take that extra revenue to justify increasing hours. That's how I build my teams. All of my teams. I do the same with all my teams. Once my teams bring in revenue, I take some of that revenue, the profits, reinvest it back in the team, and I increase the appointments, I increase the sales, and expand the team. I make more money, the business makes more money, I help more people, and I never get any busier. Gabriella, 20, you could definitely do that with one full-time setter. Once they get sharp. If you have a full-time setter that's using all 3 of what we're about to talk about, that's possible. Yeah, okay, so they're just some numbers. Awesome. Okay, let's dive in because we're going to run out of time. I'm already running behind. Oh my goodness. I'm jumping out of a helicopter. I've been skydiving out of a helicopter in 4 hours. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. I've jumped out of a plane 3 times, but I've been trying to find a place that you can skydive out of a helicopter. I'm going in like 4 hours, so I cannot wait. You'll see photos and videos today. So anyway, let's talk about 3 ways to book appointments. Anyone who wants 20, or you can get 20 appointments a week from one setter if you're using all 3 of these. If you don't use all 3 of these, you're probably going to need 2 setters. If you want more than 20 appointments, you definitely want more than 2 setters, unless they're a full-time phone setter. But then you don't have anyone doing the DM, social media, and so forth. Who wants to build a 7-figure business? Out of curiosity, who wants 7 figures? If you want 7 figures, the magic number is 3 VAs. I've been promoting that for the last decade in my 7-figure program. You read my 7-figure book. I talk about, one phone call setter, one DM setter / social media manager, and a third person who's like my Noemi customer service manager, takes care of payments, clients, customers, and the team. Right? That's the goal down the track. You want to build. You might have 1 or 2 closers in there, and a coach or an expert or a technician if you're doing it. The email marketing is very simple. Okay, now we're talking about appointment setting. We're not talking about selling through email marketing. So if you studied Russell Brunson stuff, he's got fun secrets. He's got things like the Seinfeld and the soap opera sequences. That is a sequence to sell. We're talking about appointment setting. And I think a lot of people forget that they can use emails to book appointments. We get appointments pretty much daily from our email marketing. And again, if you haven't checked out my stuff, even if you're not interested or don't want to learn from me, that's all good. I understand that. You don't like Mike, I don't mind. It's not a problem. But I highly recommend you check out my content so you can see the strategy and structure behind it that I'm talking about in here. So this is what we do with emails. Okay, the key with online marketing is to market people without them feeling like being marketed to. Why content marketing is so powerful. So on Monday, we'll send a video. So every day you're doing a live video. On the Monday, I say, hey, Noemi does all my emails. Noemi, can you send this video out today to our list with 2 calls to action, 2 CTAs, 2 calls to action. So every day you're doing your content and you're promoting your Calendly, your lead capture, your free offer, or an event. Okay, you've got a lot of offers. It's 2 things. If you look at any of my emails, there's 2 buttons at the bottom. Now we send out a video, how to generate 50 leads per week. If you enjoyed this, here's a free playbook on how you can do it. Second button, if you'd like to jump on a free call with me, here's my calendar, right? So Monday, you just take the video you've already done, you send it to your VA, and then she or he emails it out to your list. Includes the link in the button to your Calendly, your free offer, or your event coming up, nice and easy. Rather than going, join my webinar, here's the link. It's like you're providing value. Yeah. So what I do is I say, Noemi, can you send this content out from my email? Noemi creates the email, takes screenshots of it, sends it to me, and then I approve it before she sends it. And Noemi's not writing or creating any content, repurposing mine. Okay. Tuesday, she'll send out the blog post. So that blog post with a picture of me, it's a personal branding post, it's not a marketing post. There's a call to action, 2 links button. you've got a small business, meaning you've got less than 10 clients and maybe not even on 6 figures, I would pretty much daily be offering a free call and sending you a calendar link to your email list while you're building it. Wednesday would do some sort of direct promo. We've got this event coming up or this prize draw coming up. Would be some sort of direct promo. Thursday's a video, Friday's a blog post. I would, for all of you guys at the stage of your business, I would put at least 3 of those emails, a link or button to your calendar. Okay. And in your video or blog, you're offering as a call to action on your social media as well as email. So that calendar link is going on all 4 social media platforms, going to your email, plus then the following day, not only getting focused on your calendar on autopilot from that, but the following day, your VA is following those people up and booking them through DM. If you're using funnels, you're collecting phone numbers and emails. Okay, so your VA can also ring them as well as DM them and email them. Any questions on that? It's very simple. That's all we do with emails. Nice and simple. Doesn't take a lot of time. Very basic. Oh, by the way, if you do have any questions, post them in the chat box and I'll answer them live. Where can I get the book? Gabriella, the 7-Figure Book. Noemi, can you please post the 7-Figure Playbook in the Facebook, actually in the Zoom chat and in the Facebook client group chat? The 7-Figure Playbook is how to launch, build, and scale to 7 figures online. It's a cool book. It took me over 100 hours to write. It's like 72 pages. It's actually really in depth. It's literally like a playbook, a blueprint. So highly recommend you check that out. Shoni, how often do you do an event? Minimum once a month is my suggestion. I would suggest, so what I would actually suggest if you're in full swing of events is once a month a webinar, once a month a masterclass, every 8 to 12 weeks a challenge, every 8 to 12 weeks a prize draw. I have a training somewhere on that. As long as you always have a next event for your VA to promote, it's another lead capture. It's another way to collect phone numbers and email. Yeah. Thanks, Noemi. No, that's the 250K playbook, Noemi. I want the 7-figure one, please. That's the 250K. We want the bigger one, the 7-figure one. You know the black and gold one, Noemi? Big one. Creme de la creme. Yep. Any questions? Just post them there. No questions about email? Easy, right? About my favorite phone calls. Now, I'm pretty sure all of us, at least most of us, we're in the service industry. We're in the people industry. We're not selling products, we're selling services predominantly as our core offer. I want to make it personal. Let's say I'm a single guy. Gabriella, did you do all this when you were traveling everywhere? I sure did, Gabriella, but all you need to do, Gabriella, is like 2 pieces of content a day, and everything else in the entire system can be done by your VA. This entire system takes up to half an hour a day for you, max, Gabriella. That's all it takes. So yeah, I did. For me, because I have so much going on, right now I'm working less than ever. I'm doing 8-hour days right now. Yeah, I've got more going on than ever before because we have so much leverage and we really refined the system. But everyone, I know, everyone, you're working 10 hours a week or 50 hours a week. The whole idea to the business is to support the lifestyle you dream of. That's the whole idea. The less you work, the more leverage you're going to need. That's. I'm finding it super challenging to ground myself into work when I'm in a new country every week. Yeah. What I did is I allocated specific time to work. So I knew my schedule in advance. I'm going to be traveling this time. I'm going to be in this hotel this time. I would allocate every week, say every Sunday into my schedule, that 10-hour block or that 20-hour block or this when I'm going to do my work. And that's when I'd sit down and do work, nothing else. I found because when you work for yourself, you can work anytime. So if you work for somebody else, they tell you what time to start, what time to finish, tasks in between and deadlines. So you got to sit down and do that for yourself, especially if you're traveling full time. Again, I traveled full time like you are now for 3.5 years. We got to the end, we were like, we have to stop. I need some stability just for a little bit. It's full on. As amazing as it was. I was going to say. Anything else? Oh yeah, that's awesome. So with phone calls, so here's a metaphor I use. Let's say I'm a single guy, and there's this drop dead, gorgeous, beautiful woman, and I want to ask her out. Is she more likely to say yes to me if I ask her in person or over the phone? Do you think? She's probably more likely to say yes in person. Yes, I'm looking her in the eyes. I'm asking her the question. And it's probably going to ask me in person. Now imagine I can't do that in person because she's not in the same city or state. Is she more likely to say yes to me over the phone or through text message? Over the phone, it's more personal. Speaking to somebody over the phone is more personal than DM. Okay, and it's a great customer service addition. So imagine somebody registers for your event, or somebody downloads an ebook. Let's say somebody downloads an ebook, and your VA rings them and says, "Hey, it's Jenny here. Who's Jenny's? Who's VA too? Let's say, hey Gabriella, it's Noemi here. Jason's virtual assistant. He's asked me to call you personally because he downloaded the 7-figure playbook. He just wanted me to make sure you got that. Did you get that, Gabriella? You didn't? Oh, let me get that to you. You did? What do you like most about it? Not just did you get it, are you using it? And again, Filipinos are chosen because I believe they're the greatest customer service people involved. So the phone call is a customer service call. Get the thing, are you using the thing? Did you attend the event? You missed the webinar? Here's the replay. And then it's like, oh, by the way, how would you feel if we booked in for a free call with Jason, see how we can do business to 7 figures? How would you feel about that? How would you feel if amazing, let's book you in? So if you can add that to your repertoire of appointment setting, it skyrockets. Again, our appointment setters for phone call, our phone call setters book on average double what our DM setters book. And it's about the same quality. It's about the same quality, right? Shoni, he said 1 a month webinar. So 1 fortnight, or you crazy cats in America call it bi-weekly. 1 bi-weekly or 1 fortnight, you do the webinar. 2 weeks later, you do the masterclass, or the workshop. 2 weeks later, webinar. You kind of rotate. That's what I would suggest for you guys. But at least once a month. And then a challenge every 8 to 12 weeks. Prize draw every 8 to 12 weeks. They're really the 4 main events you can do. Okay, cool. So what I do is, so what you want to do is your 3 main lead captures, which is your funnel, your events, and your Calendly. You all want to always have the phone call field and location. So you're always collecting phone numbers. So everything we're doing, we're collecting phone numbers throughout the week. Every Monday, I consolidate all those phone numbers into a list and I give them to our phone call setters. In fact, that's my job. I'm meant to give them a couple hundred. My Zoom cuts out. Well, when my Zoom cuts out, just jump straight back on. I've got to fix my Zoom. Noemi, can you remind me? I keep forgetting. So, if it drops out, just jump straight back in, okay, guys? So what I do is I take all the phone numbers from all the webinars, from all the events, from all the Calendly, from all the funnels, from all the offers from the week. I put them to a list, and every Monday I send them to the VA and as the phone caller setup. And they'll ring them and use the phone scripts, which I'll show you in a moment where the phone script. Did I close the portal? I did too. I closed the portal. I need to reopen that. I'll go back to that. Okay. So now you're giving them phone numbers. If you're relying on DM appointment setting for appointments, you're going to struggle to getting 20. My full-time best DM setters don't book. They barely book 20 per week. Just a bit slower and longer than phone calls. You do the emails and you start collecting even just 30 or so phone numbers a week. You give your VA 30 phone numbers a week. There's an extra 5 or 10. If you want 20 or more appointments per week, you want the bulk of them come from the phone calls. And the first month with your VA, you really focus on social media, getting on the same page. Second or third month, you should really start getting some phone numbers coming through from your offers and your lead captures, your omnipresence, and then doing more events. Events are a great way to get these chunks of phone numbers. So you get, here's 50 numbers, here's 100 numbers, here's 200 numbers from our challenge or our masterclass or webinar, and it really boosts it up as well. Okay. We suggest using Skype. The reason why I love Skype is because VAs can download the Skype app on their phone. VAs, you always use your phone to make calls, and I link my personal phone number to Skype. When my phone call setters call anyone in the world, it's my number that shows up, not some private number or weird number or whatever. And the VAs, the reason why you use your phone and the app on your phone to make calls is because on the screen, as you know from your training, you'll have the scripts up, you'll have the list up of who you're calling, and you'll have your client's schedule. So for time efficiency, you want to keep that on your screen and you make calls on your phone, you keep it fast, right? My guys can make 100 calls in an hour, in a good hour. Okay. And finally, once your VA starts, so if your VA is doing 20 hours per week, they're going to spend most of their time doing DM setting and social media. So when you're ready to start getting your VA to make calls, they definitely need to do the 30 or the 40 hours, do the 10 or 20 hours of calls, and that's going to drastically boost, probably more than double. So when you do that, you want to, as their boss or employer, whatever label you want to give it, you've got to go, okay, you're doing 6 hours a day. This 2 hours you're doing phone calls, okay? So, you might go, 4 to 6 p.m., Monday to Friday is phone calls, just phone calls. Every phone call shift needs to be minimum 2 hours, so it's productive. On average, the guys can book 1 appointment per hour. So if they're making 2 or 3 hours, and they do it in chunks, you've got to tell them. You've got to tell your VAs, especially after the 3rd day probation, you need to be able to pinpoint what they're doing when. Okay, so you're working 6 hours. Okay, 10 till 12, you're doing social media omnipresence. 12 till 2, you're doing DM conversations, booking appointments. 2 to 4, you're making phone calls. You've got to break it down after that 30 days and give them. That's what you do if you hire employees. It's not when you're the manager. Yeah, you need to do that after that 3rd day probation and you're boosting their hours. Really important to do that, and you review that, and they need to tell you, okay, I'm starting social media, I'm finishing social media, I'm going to lunch, I'm starting phone calls. They need to, throughout the day in the mastermind, tell you that as well. That there for efficiency and appointments is huge. Is this helping, by the way, guys? Is that all good? Yeah, awesome. So I actually closed the portal by accident this morning. So I'm just going to open it back up, show you where to find the phone scripts. My video while I do. While I'm just opening it up, does anyone have any questions? Just bring yourself off and mute and ask, because this is going to take me probably 60 seconds. Sorry, I didn't mean to close this morning. Nobody has any questions? I like it. Log in. So in regards to the phone scripts, you can find phone scripts for webinars, challenges, ebooks, Calendly, prize draws. You've got access to all my personal phone scripts in the portal. So what you want to do is you want to have your VA send them to you and then personalize them. Because it's in my wording, you're going to want to put it in your own wording. Okay. So once you're ready to do phone calls, I would highly recommend grab those phone scripts, personalize them, do a bit of a training, and make sure your VA is good with using them as well. Portal. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of phone calls. Phone calls have made me more revenue than anything else ever, including ads. If you look at the world's biggest businesses, like the largest business in the world, they're doing 2 things. The businesses that make most money online or offline are the ones that spend the most money on advertising and make the most phone calls in their business. Amazon have 350,000 staff making calls every day. Amazon have 350,000 staff making calls every day. How many can we call? We can't call any. We can't even call Amazon. There's not even a phone number on any of their sites. It's like, what? Good luck trying to call Amazon or Facebook or Google or any of these companies. Yeah. You'd be blown away if you knew how many of the phone calls being made in these businesses. Like, staggering. Okay, almost there, guys. Thank you for your patience. Opening it up. I might close my Facebook. Oh. Actually, I need Facebook. Sorry, guys. Noemi, can you please message? Can you please message Lorna, Larry, and Amy my next 3 and just tell them all I'm going to be 15 minutes late? Can you do that for me, please, Noemi? My next 3 on my schedule. Thank you.
Okay, boss.
Salamat po. Okay, I don't want to phone. Okay, pretty. Sorry, I know everyone's time's valuable. On probably be 10 more minutes. Not that late. Actually, we're pretty much on time. Yeah, probably about 10 or 15 more minutes. Okay, so can you guys see the portal now? Sorry about that, I closed it this morning by accident. So if you look at the lesson 2 here, telemarketer systems. By the way, I'm about to do a massive overhaul in the next few weeks of this portal, because this portal has all of my personal stuff in it, my personal scripts, my personal SOPs. So if you scroll down, you'll see these phone scripts here. Open up the phone scripts. You'll notice the phone scripts are delivered in a customer service manner. So you've got, the webinar, you've got the event phone script here. Okay, you've got the ebook or the download script here. You got the prize draw script here. You got the free consult or Calendly script here. If you've got like 7-day planners and stuff like that, which we set up for my clients. And then you've got like the prospect and booking system in here, which I highly recommend you as well. So when your VA is set and create an appointment with you, they should be putting it in your schedule. What we do is they put it in the schedule, create a group chat with the salesperson, then introduce them in a Facebook group chat. And then we also add them to our VIP group and welcome them with a tag. It's just a really cool customer servicing. Okay, so let's say someone downloads the ebook, it's a customer servicing. So you can see in here, Hi, this is Christine. Hi, Christine. It's Jason here. The reason I'm calling is because I recently downloaded the free playbook on how to build six figures. Just want to confirm you actually received that. It's a customer service call. People appreciate that. So it's not pushy. It's not too aggressive. It's quite feminine and soft in its approach. Okay, what we actually do now is we actually send them something else free before we even book them in for an appointment. So VAs, can you please grab these phone scripts and send them to your client's mastermind chat? So over the next couple of weeks or when you're ready, your clients can take a look at this and personalize it. If you ever want me to check out the scripts, let me know. I'll take a look. Please be patient with me, even though I offer that because obviously I'm busy. Any questions on that? Easy crowd. I like it. So yeah, so when you're ready to start phone calls, you want to add 10 hours to your VA because again, if they're doing 20 hours, really they're probably spend 10 hours social media on your presence, 10 hours DMing roughly. And then so if you want, once you want them to start making calls, add that 10 hours or 20 hours to the, when you're ready to increase your VA or get another VA, just let Naomi know, she'll help you out and take care of it. Let's talk about the most popular in the first month or two. It's the main focus, DM marketing. The email marketing, you'll get a couple of weeks. DM, you'll get a couple of days. Phone call definitely is the best way. When you start, you'll realize just how much better and more powerful it is. But I want to use all three. You want to build a big business, like you want to build a 7-figure business down the track. You want one person doing 20 hours a week social media and omnipresence, and then the other 20 minutes DM setting. Then you want another one doing full-time phone calls. That's ideally what you want. And then another manager or your personal VA, right? So Naomi, it takes care of all payments. Who would rather not have to take care of clients' payments, complaints, change of bank account details, mispay? I don't want to take care of that. I don't want to do. I'm terrible. I am hopeless at customer service. I know I'm a caring guy, but I'm very impatient. Talk about DM marketing, which is probably the most popular one, especially in the beginning. What's the 8? So the first month or two, most of your appointments are probably going to come from your VA doing DM marketing. So here's some hot tips about DM marketing, and there's 2 scripts that we use. Be really good for Gabriella too. That's exactly what she needs as part of it. We'll send this recording to Gabriella. Naomi, if you can do that when we're done, that'd be good. Okay, so VAs. So what happens is today, or let's say on Monday, the clients will do their couple of pieces of content, live, reel, blog, etc., with calls to action. The VAs then take it and get it everywhere. The VAs take it and they put it on your email, your YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, everything, right? And then tomorrow on the Tuesday, what you VAs will do, this is really important, VAs, is you'll go through and scan all of the posts you did yesterday, and you'll send the DM script, which we'll talk about shortly, to all of those people and aim to book them in for an appointment. That's how VAs are going to get most of your appointments in the first month or two until you start phone calls. Okay. I think Gabriella's back. Give Gabriella the ability to record. Welcome back, Gabriella. So VAs, so today you'll do the omnipresence, tomorrow you follow it up with the script. But in the script, there is really 3 main components. There's 3 powerhouse questions, 3 questions, that's it. It's always the same questions. The philosophy is always give first. Give in public, we give first, we always give. Add value. And then there's a $1 million question. So there's 2 ways you're going to DM people. VAs, the first way is tomorrow, you're going to use the interaction script and you're going to DM everyone that interacted on all the posts from yesterday. And you're going to use the DM script, which we'll talk about in a moment. Once people reply, there's 3 questions. It's always the same 3 questions, VAs. Please do not veer from it. Question number 1, okay? So let's say I send Matt a message. Matt doesn't reply, I leave it. If he never replies, I never message him again, unless I have a reason to. But for those that do reply, probably about 20%, Matt will say thank you or something like that. Once I get a reply, boom, I have interaction. 3 questions. Number 1, hey Matt, great to connect. Where in the world are you? I'm in Portugal. Oh, man, I would love to go to Portugal. Right. Second question, always the same question. What kind of business do you have? Or if you're B2B business, or if your client works with general population, what do you do for a living? What kind of business do you have? Or what do you do for a living? Now, these are also pre-qualifying questions. One, geographically, I know they're in the right area. Two, I get a basic understanding of their income, the basic, or their ability to earn it. All right, and then Matt will reply, hopefully. And then the third question is, what is your biggest challenge or your biggest goal right now? Too many people have got up and trying to help people solve problems. Right now, the nature of what's happening in the 12 months ago, sure, people were just focused on buying toilet paper and getting through the week. Now the world's opening back up. There's now over 100 countries open back up to the unvaxxed. The world's starting to go back to some sort of form of normality. People are starting to go, I can travel again, think about their hopes and dreams again. So we're helping people not just solve problems, but you're also helping people get what they want. If you ask me somebody like every day, DMs, 50, 100, 150, they say, what's your biggest challenge? You know what my biggest challenge right now is? I cannot decide whether I want to go to Mexico or Costa Rica first. Legit, my biggest challenge right now. I'm not even joking. So, but if you ask me what my biggest goal is, I'm going to tell you, it's to provide work for 250 Filipinos. Very different. Okay. So what is your biggest challenge or your biggest goal right now? That's the next question. And then whatever they say, okay, that's the great to connect around the world to you. What kind of business you have? What's your biggest goal or challenge right now? Biggest challenge goal right now. And Matt will answer. Okay, so Matt, what is your biggest challenge or goal right now? Just out of curiosity, what's your biggest challenge or goal right now? Either or.
Getting an agency.
Say again. You're just on mute, bro.
Oh, creating an agency.
Creating an agency. Okay, so I probably need a bit more information. What specifically about creating that agency is your biggest challenge?
Yeah, taking on a team, really. It's the biggest challenge.
Okay, so building team is the challenge, right? So now I give first. Now I know his goal or his challenge. I want to give him a free offer that's going to help him do that. Because Matt, it's Christmas. I bump into you. I have a gift for you. I give you the gift. You don't have anything to give in return. How do you feel?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah, the keyword is guilty. Unfortunately, guilt is a powerful motivator because it's our innate desire as humans when someone gives us something to give in return. Okay, so you always give first and without expecting return. So I say, hey Matt, I've got this free playbook here that shows you the step-by-step how to build a team to do that. Would you like me to share it with you? This is why you want to have free offers that are specific to helping your avatar solve problems and get what they want. It could be an upcoming event, it could be whatever. Do not offer an appointment first. Huge mistake. If I said, Matt, how would you feel if we jump on a quick call to help you with that? It might work some of the time. But if I give Matt free offer, it will work most of the time. So Matt says, yes, please. I send it to him. And the $1 million question. And this is all in the script. This is the $1 million question, VAs. This question has literally made me millions of dollars. I worked it out about 22 years ago. Matt, how would you feel if? If I asked Matt, how would you feel if? And in his mind, he's thinking, I'd feel good. What must the answer be out his mouth? Matt, how would you feel if we booked you in for a quick call with Jason to see how we could build that team and build your business? That'd be great. Okay, let's book you in. When's good for you next week? And book you in. This is all in the interaction DM script found in the portal. If you go to the portal, okay, and you go to the DM marketing and scheduling here, you scroll down to the scripts, this post-interaction script. VAs, can you please all grab this post-interaction script from the portal, send it to your client. Clients, I encourage you to check that out. It's based on what I just went through and personalize it and do a bit of maybe role play, quick training with VA and have them use that. It is so powerful. It is so powerful, yeah. How do you guys feel about that process? Did that help a bit? Anyone have any questions? Okay, boss. Matt?
I'm
Gabriella?
good. No questions.
Does that help, Gabriella?
I like it.
Like, yeah, it's good. It's really powerful. We've been testing this every day for a decade, so it's not something we just winged and threw together. It's actually really good. So we're going to do that every day, guys. Now, there's a second script. The second script is you're going to send a personal DM to welcome all new group members for your client as well. Okay. So if you go to the Facebook group, now this script is not in the portal because it's a fairly new script. This is my personal script. So every day, my DM setters send a personal DM to welcome all new group members. If you go to the Quantum Virtual Assistants Client and Active VA group, find the script in there. I'll show you where to find it. VAs, I want you to grab these 3 scripts, the phone script, the interactive script, both from the portal, and also want you to grab this script and send all 3 to your client so your client can personalize them and really get those going, those appointments cranking, okay? So if you go to the file section in this group, so this group here you're all in, if you go to the file section, you'll see you've got this 4th one down, Facebook DM scripts, coaches, group members. This is my personal scripts that my DM appointment setters send to welcome our new group members. So you've got a Facebook group and a LinkedIn group. VAs every day, okay, every Monday, you want to do a welcome post tag and welcome all of those new members, hopefully with links to free offers so you generate leads. But you also want to send them all a DM. So you'll add them as a friend and you'll DM them. And all it basically is it's a welcome message. Hey Matt, it's Jason here, Noemi's personal assistant. He's asked me to send you a message and personally welcome to the coaches group. Thank you so much for joining us. Feel free to promote yourself in there, post in there, do a video, whatever you want to do on there. So as a thank you, he's asked me to send you this free coaches kit that might add some value to you. If you're interested, great. If not, also cool. Message me anytime, any questions. That's it. I let it go. Matt doesn't reply, I leave Matt alone. If he replies, guess what? I go into that script I just spoke about. So now your VAs are sending 20, 50, 100 DMs a day to people that know Matt, the people that know Gabriella. Okay. Any questions on that? Now you're doing that on LinkedIn and on Facebook. Okay, so what now? So this is my suggestion. What now? Because this is our last group goal. Number 1 is clients. I would set a plan for the next 30 days and beyond, the next 6 months, for appointments, revenues, and team. So you might say, well, I want 20,000 a month in 6 months. To do that, I'm going to need a DM setter, a phone setter, and a customer service manager. We need 2 salespeople and a coach, etc. Right? Set some targets and goals specifically, and then you can reverse engineer it, and you can build it accordingly. Even though we're done for 3 group sessions now, I think Matt's already had it. Gabriella, if you want to have I've added another free added bonus for you guys. If you want to have 2 free coaching sessions with me personally, one-on-one, Gabriella, or someone that hasn't had them, send me a message. Have a couple of one-on-one calls with you. Any questions you might have about your avatar, about what you've gone through, about your business, happy to help you with, okay? 2 free coaching sessions, send me a message if you want to have a couple of one-on-one calls with me. I'd highly recommend you go through the trainings. There's so much value there. You got 3 full courses and portals. You got playbooks and ebooks. You got my Streets to Millionaire audio. You've got the DM full training in there. There is so much stuff in there. I know it's overwhelming. Absorb it and learn it, and work with your VA with it, and you will hit your target. And obviously, every Friday, your VA is sending you your tracking sheet up to date. Review that. Every Monday, have a meeting with the VA, look at that, review that, refine that, work on strengths and weaknesses, and improve accordingly. Also, as you guys may or may not be aware, we have a printing and consulting company, a digital agency. When people ask me what we specialize in helping businesses scale to 100K plus per month. That's what I specialize in. Everything we do is to help you do that, whether it's VAs, whether it's business coaching, whether it's digital services. So if you need a website, if you need funnels, if you need an Instagram bot, Facebook bot, you need an app, you want to launch a podcast, we have ridiculous deals and prices in packages and all those. If you're interested in any of those, anytime, whenever you need those, reach out to me and we can chat about those and help you with those if and when you're ready and you need them. If not, also cool. That's basically it, guys. Does that help, Gabriella? Any questions?